and welcome to Dunton and the technical centre for Ford UK. We are here today with some very, very special cars, starting with this one. So, my Fiesta ST arrived with me a couple of months ago now, and I cannot tell you how impressed I am with this car. I had the stripes added, which is paying homage really to my original Focus RS, which many of you may know if you've followed me on Instagram under RS Jamie for a while, but also to the motorsport heritage, which is what kind of brings us here today to drive this. So, we've got an amazing mix of cars here today, guys. We've got the Fiesta ST here that I've been driving. We've also got the RS200, my Rouse Sierra Cosworth, which Big Lee has driven in for us today, the first view of the Performance Edition Fiesta ST, and we'll be driving that in another video, but you'll see it a bit here, and then this beautiful Radiant Red Escort Cosworth. So we've got an absolutely fantastic mix here. I'm going to be driving the RS200 out on track in a moment, but let me tell you a little bit about it. So this car was designed for Group B rallying in the 1980s. Ford entered the sport to compete against the likes of the Audi Quattro and the Peugeot 205 T16. This was Ford's effort, and it's a bit of a bitzer car really. It's got a bit of everything in it. It's got Sierra rear lights, it's got a number of Sierra parts, but how awesome does this look? It has to be one of my absolute favourite cars ever, and I'm lucky enough today to say that I get to drive it. The car itself in motorsport wasn't as successful as it perhaps could have been, due to its lifespan being cut short after Group B rallying was ended after I think its second race in Portugal, where sadly it ended in disaster. The road cars didn't sell that well given the timing going into the reception, but now they are really highly sought after and a car that I would love to have in my garage. So we're going out in the Ford RS200. So this is a rally car for the road to all intents and purposes. And it's my first time in ever driving one of these. I mean, I've been lucky enough, I've driven Escort Cosworths, I've had Sierra Cosworths, I've got my Rouse, which the Rouse is a 400 to 500 horsepower car. I say 4 to 5 because it's detuned at the moment because the gearbox isn't strong enough and it's chewed through 2 gearboxes. So, but this is my first kind of real race car experience. So I'm going to take it around the banking of Dunton test track, and we're going to see what it's like. First impressions, it's very cramped in here. You're sitting in these kind of F40 style seats, and all the switch gear and everything, it's all very 1980s. The dashboard looks like it's out of a Mark II Fiesta. This kind of RS option wheel is quite cool. It's red, it matches. We have a red top gear knob. But yeah, it's very cramped. I think the gearbox in this car actually sits at the front and the engine is sitting at the back. So the power goes from the engine to the gearbox and then back. It's a 4-wheel drive system in this car as well. So handling should be good, but let's see what I think about the RS200. Listen to this.
When it's cold.
It sounds like a Ducati. It's got that sort of mechanical chain sort of vibe, isn't it? So yeah, this actually has a YBT engine, which is an adaptation of the Mark II Escort rally cars there, which are really, really cool. I actually used to think it had a YB Cosworth engine, but I'm wrong. Right, so are we following him that way? No, he's going around. Right, so we're doing a sighting lap first. So I'm going to try and take the handbrake off. There isn't a lot of room in here. I mean, I'm 5'6" and I'm so cramped in. Lee said it's a bit like an F40. Let's see if I stall it first time. So, I'm going to take you around with me. So first thing you notice is it's left-hand drive. So my first instinct is to pull the door handle rather than actually the gear lever. So we're just going around the banking now, and it's very bumpy as you'd expect, and very agricultural. But absolutely, what an experience to be driving an RS200. This is a car that I think my brother had a Matchbox RS200 when I was younger, and I can remember thinking, what is it? Is it an Escort? Is it a Sierra? Because this car's got Sierra rear lights. So just coming onto the main straight now, and like a lot of RS Fords, this car is a bit of a bitser model. It's got bits out of everything. As I say, Sierra rear lights, Sierra steering wheel. Yeah, it's got some really cool bits. So interestingly, we've actually got the Fiesta ST Performance Edition behind us. So the new orange car, 600 units built for the UK. We're going to be testing that in a later video. I have a Fiesta ST as my daily, and I have to say, it's one of the best cars I've ever driven. It's so poised, the steering is fantastic, and actually, the steering in the Fiesta is very similar to the steering in this RS200. Anyway, shut up, Jamie, let's give it some go. Driving a left-hand drive is just bizarre. So, what can we say about this car? It's very noisy, it's quite hard to drive, it's quite compact in here. Literally, like, the gearbox and everything just seems in such an odd place. I don't think fourth gear was the best thing to do there, Lee, do you? So we're coming onto the main straight, I'm going to give it some beans. Not talking for a bit because I actually want to try and just enjoy driving it. So we've got Big Lee behind. So Ford built 200 RS200 Evo road cars. They weren't a great seller at the time, given the fact that the recession had just kicked in, and also they were built for homologation of Group B rallying. But in actual fact, they never really competed. So Ford built a very expensive car. It was £45,000 at the time when it went on sale in 1986. Which was a lot of money. There's not a lot of foot room, being perfectly honest. I'm wearing Yeezys today, which I would say was probably a terrible choice because the pedals are just so close together in this car. There's not really, I think I'm a size 7 foot. I think if you only, let's go. If your feet were any bigger, I think you'd struggle, to be perfectly honest. Oh, hello, that's third, not fifth. I mean, this is a rally car for the road. The Escort Cosworth is a rally car for the road, but this is on another level, to be perfectly honest. It's brutal, but this is genuinely a dream come true. I mean, the sun is shining, and as they say, sun shines on the righteous, so it's pretty agile, actually. You could probably take this down to Tesco quite easily. I don't know where you put your shopping, mind. What an experience. My whole life I've loved Fords, but never had I imagined I would get to drive an RS200, let alone round a test track like this. Thank you, Ford, and thank you to all you guys who have paid such a keen interest in what I do. I do my social media because I love it. I do my social media because Ford cars from a young age have always been my passion. I think when you grew up, when this car came out, you either had a Sierra or a Cavalier on your drive, and I'm glad to say we had a Sierra. So they say never meet your heroes, but today I have absolutely met my hero, the RS200. Was it as good as I thought it would be? It was better. I came here with reasonably low expectations, if I'm being honest, and that might sound really harsh, but I've driven old Fords before and they are never as good as you think they're going to be. This absolutely was. I could have driven this all day long round the track. I absolutely loved it. I hope you love it as much as I did. This is one of the heritage fleet from Ford, so it's actually been a press car since the day it was launched. So just thinking about all the different people over the years that will have driven this car, and now I've driven it as well, it's such a special feeling, and it's just been the best day ever. Please like, subscribe to the RS Jamie YouTube channel and comment and let me know what you think. Cheers guys!